The movie starts with a young woman named Beth who goes on a solo hiking trip to enjoy the quiet outdoors. But out of nowhere, a snake bites her, and sadly, she dies. When the news reaches her boyfriend, Zach, his whole world crashes down. He loved Beth more than anything, and accepting that she was gone felt almost impossible. No matter how much time went by, he just couldn't move on. Hoping to feel closer to her, Zach goes to visit Beth's parents, Maury and Jeannie. As he arrives, he notices something really strange. Their housekeeper, Pearline, is leaving the house with all her things. Maury desperately tries to stop her, but she completely ignores him and walks away. The second she leaves, Maury looks super frustrated. To distract themselves, Zach and Maury sit down to play chess. But Zach can't focus at all. His mind is completely on Beth. After the game, he quietly goes back home. Before he leaves, Jeannie gives him one of Beth's scarves. It means so much to him that he keeps wearing it everywhere, even in the middle of the summer heat. His parents think it's unhealthy, but Zach simply isn't ready to let go. Not long after, Zach stops by Beth's house again. This time, something immediately feels wrong. Strange noises are coming from inside the house. He knocks on the door and keeps asking Maury and Jeannie to open it, but nobody answers. Getting super anxious, Zach walks over to a window and looks inside, and what he sees leaves him totally shocked. Beth is standing inside the house. After everything he was told, seeing her alive makes zero sense. Instead of feeling relieved, Zach gets overwhelmed with anger. He thinks Beth's parents lied to him about her death. Just then, Zach's brother, Kyle, shows up. Since he's a security officer, Zach quickly tells him that Beth is somehow alive. Kyle talks to Maury and asks if everything is okay inside. Maury calmly insists that everything is fine, but Zach refuses to believe him. He tells Kyle they should search the house because they are clearly hiding something. Kyle, however, thinks Zach's sadness is messing with his head. As far as he's concerned, Zach is just having a hard time accepting Beth's death. That night, unable to ignore his gut feeling any longer, Zach quietly sneaks into Beth's house. The second he gets inside, Maury catches him and tells him to leave immediately, but Zach refuses. Calling out Beth's name, he pushes deeper into the house. At the same time, Jeannie is hurriedly trying to hide Beth inside a closet. None of this makes any sense to Zach. If Beth is really alive, then why are her own parents acting like they're hiding a dangerous secret? Desperate for answers, Zach confronts Maury and asks what's really going on. Maury stays completely silent. Frustrated and super confused, Zach finally leaves the house. When he gets home, he tells his parents that Beth is alive. Unfortunately, they don't believe a single word he says. The next day, Zach goes back to Beth's house once again, determined to get the truth. This time, Maury finally opens up. He explains that shortly after Zach left their house the day they played chess, Beth suddenly came back home. She simply walked through the door alive. Even Maury admits he has no idea how that could have happened. Still not convinced, Zach believes they're hiding something big. He even threatens to go to the police if they keep refusing to explain everything. Just then, Jeannie joins the conversation. She argues with Zach, saying they don't need answers anymore. The only thing that matters is that their daughter is back with them. Zach totally disagrees. He insists that something isn't right, and even says Beth isn't acting like the same person she used to be. Before the argument gets any worse, Beth herself walks over. She gently takes Zach inside so they can talk alone. Looking at him, she asks why he's acting so weird, but the truth is Zach is scared. Instead of answering her question, he asks if she remembers what happened on her hike last week. Beth looks confused. She quietly says she can't remember anything at all. Even so, just seeing Beth again fills Zach with mixed feelings. Deep down, a part of him is genuinely happy that she's standing right in front of him. Trying to spend more time with her, Zach asks Maury if he can take Beth hiking. Maury immediately says no. He specifically says Beth shouldn't be outside during the daytime. That answer only makes the whole situation feel even weirder. Another odd detail catches Zach's attention. All day long, Maury and Jeannie are constantly taking photos of every single moment Zach and Beth spend together. Later that night, Zach and Beth sit near the swimming pool, talking quietly. Everything feels almost normal until Zach spots a mark on Beth's leg. It's in the exact spot where the snake bit her. That confirms one thing. Beth really did go through that incident. None of it was a prank or a mistake. After hanging out a bit more, he heads back home. He tells Kyle once again that Beth is alive, but Kyle still refuses to believe him. The next day, while Zach is getting ready to visit Beth again, someone totally unexpected shows up at his house. It's the local mailman. Zach is shocked because he hasn't seen him in years. As far as he knew, the guy had already passed away. Even stranger, the mailman is acting super weird. He struggles to speak normally and can barely control his delivery truck. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. Afterwards, Zach visits Maury again and says they should finally tell Beth the truth about what happened to her. Maury quickly shuts the idea down. He believes telling her the truth would only make Beth scared and confused. Before they can keep talking, Beth walks over, wanting to enjoy a normal day together. Zach again suggests going hiking. Maury refuses at first, repeating that Beth shouldn't be outside during the day. But this time, Zach promises he'll take great care of her. For a while, everything goes surprisingly well. Zach and Beth laugh together and enjoy the trip just like they used to. But as time passes, something starts to change. Strange, unusual marks slowly start appearing across Beth's face. When they get back home, Maury notices them right away. His face changes instantly. He gets furious with Zach. Zach tries to calm him down, saying it's probably just a little sunburn. Maury isn't willing to listen to another word. He orders Zach to leave immediately. That night, hoping to fix things, Zach secretly takes Beth out for a surprise. He drives her to the beach and starts playing his guitar, hoping the music will cheer her up. Instead, Beth reacts in a way he never expected. She suddenly gets super angry and starts destroying things around her. A few flying sparks even start a small fire nearby. Zach quickly calms her down and helps her into his car, but she still can't settle down. In another sudden outburst, she smashes one of the car windows. Seeing that her behavior is getting more and more unpredictable, Zach takes her safely back home. Once inside, Beth keeps acting strangely. Pretending he forgot something in the car, Zach quietly steps outside. As he stands there alone, one tough decision becomes clear. He can't run away from the truth anymore. Tomorrow, he's finally going to tell Beth what really happened to her. The next day, Zach makes up his mind. No more hiding the truth. He takes Beth to the cemetery and brings her to her own grave. Then, as gently as he can, he explains everything that happened, including the fact that she had passed away. For a short second, Beth just stands there. Then, reality hits her. Overwhelmed with anger and confusion, she forcefully pushes Zach away and runs off on her own. Back at home, another unbelievable surprise is waiting for him. Zach discovers that his grandfather, who had already passed away, has somehow come back. Kyle immediately reaches for his gun, ready to stop him if necessary. But their parents step in. They are totally confused, completely unable to understand what's happening. As if that wasn't enough, their landlord, who had also died earlier, has returned too. Now it's becoming clear that Beth isn't the only one. Realizing something much bigger is going on, Zach tells his family they need to leave the house immediately. He quickly calls Maury and explains that both his grandfather and the landlord have come back. A short time later, Maury arrives outside Zach's house. In the background, police sirens can already be heard across the neighborhood, showing that this strange situation is spreading everywhere. Maury pulls Zach aside. He tells him that when they talk to Beth, he must say she never actually died and that she had been alive the whole time. But Zach refuses. He's convinced that Perline, the former housekeeper, somehow knows what's really going on, and he believes they need to find her. Maury ignores his idea. That's when Zach gives him a choice. If Maury tells him where Perline lives, he'll play along with the fake story in front of Beth. After a long pause, Maury finally agrees. Together, they head inside to talk with Beth. But the second they see her, it's obvious she's changing even more. She suddenly completely loses control and causes a nearby man to lose his life. The situation has gotten way too dangerous. Taking advantage of the total chaos, Zach grabs Perline's address and leaves. But Beth gets into his car. Not wanting to leave her alone, Zach has no choice but to let her tag along. Eventually, they arrive at Perline's address. Before getting out, Zach asks Beth to stay inside the car while he goes in alone. He searches the house, but Perline isn't there. A few moments later, Zach walks back outside. Right then, Maury shows up. He immediately tries to take Beth back home. Zach steps in and tries to stop him. The argument quickly turns into a physical fight, and Maury knocks Zach completely unconscious before driving away with Beth. When Zach finally wakes up the next morning, someone unfamiliar is standing nearby. Their appearance is creepy enough to make him jump right back into his car. He drives home as fast as he can. Now completely panicked, Zach rushes inside searching for his family, but nobody is there. With nowhere else to go, he heads straight to Beth's house. As he drives through town, the streets have completely changed. People with the same strange condition are wandering around almost everywhere. When Zach enters the house, he finds Beth and Jeannie inside. Beth has been tightly tied to a microwave to stop her from hurting herself or anyone else nearby. Jeannie tearfully explains that Beth caused Maury's death. The news leaves Zach completely speechless. He gently tells Jeannie to leave and find somewhere safe, saying that from this point on, he'll stay with Beth himself. At first, Beth acts aggressive when she sees Zach, but he stays calm. He reminds her of the hiking trips they used to enjoy together. Little by little, Beth starts to relax. Still tied to the heavy microwave, Zach carefully carries her back to the hiking trail where everything first started. Just then, Kyle suddenly arrives. Seeing Beth's state, he immediately points his gun right at her. Zach quickly steps in and stops him. Before anything else happens, he asks Kyle about their parents. Kyle assures him that both mom and dad are completely safe. Then, without saying another word, Kyle hands Zach his gun. He quietly tells him that if the moment ever comes, he'll know what to do. Zach keeps walking with Beth until they reach the edge of a quiet cliff overlook. Looking at her one last time, he tells her how deeply he loves her. Then, he makes the most painful decision of his life. He peacefully brings Beth's journey to an end. Still tied to the microwave, Beth falls into the valley below. Sometime later, he reunites with his family. Seeing them alive brings him a small sense of peace after everything that happened. As time goes by, life slowly starts going back to normal. One day, Zach visits Maury's grave. While he's there, he unexpectedly runs into his childhood friend, Erica. She has also gone through a heartbreaking loss after her own grandfather was caught up in the same mysterious events. And that's where the movie ends. One popular theory is that Pearline didn't cause any of this. She simply realized early on what was happening, while everyone who came back slowly lost their minds over time.